Welcome back to the H&W show. I'm Dylan Hawk, and he's Carson Woodward. Carson, how's it going?
Going pretty well. We just finished our final regular season game of Week 17. It was a good week. It decided a lot. It decided everything. It decided the playoffs. So we're just going to jump right into it. This ain't going to be that long of an episode. We don't want to bore you. So we'll get into it. The first game, we had the Vikings on the road against the Lions. Didn't really matter for playoffs. The Vikings got the win. Yeah. Kind of a back and forth game. Not too important. Anything else to add there?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really watch. I didn't really pay attention to that game.
Yeah, I think it only really mattered for draft position, but
yeah,
that's a whole different story. So, all right, we'll move on. Next, we had the Falcons on the road against the Buccaneers, and Tom Brady's been lights out the past 4 weeks.
Oh my God, yeah.
Buccaneers got it done once again. Scored a lot of points, and they're rolling into the playoffs, looking pretty good right now. They play Washington in the first round, and I think they're favorited by a little bit. And I like them too. We'll talk more about that playoff game, but what do you think?
I'm like, he's 43 and he threw 40? What was it? 40 touchdowns? Maybe 40.
Yeah, he threw 40 touchdowns and had 3 rushing, so he had 43 total touchdowns.
Yeah, and he passed for 4,000 yards. I mean,
yeah, he was third in passing. I saw that, and I think wasn't he also third in touchdowns or maybe fourth?
Yeah, I don't know the exact but I mean, the dude's still got it. I know he's got weapons, but I mean, who cares? I mean, he still clearly has it, and he was moving. He was still moving great in the pocket.
And here's the thing: every great quarterback has great weapons. Rodgers has Tonyan and Adams and his running back. Mahomes has Tyreek Hill, Kelsey. Josh Allen has Stephon Diggs and Beasley. You know, like they all have pretty good weapons.
Yeah, and you can also make the argument is that those quarterbacks make those guys good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. All right, we'll move on to the next game. It was the Jets on the road against the Patriots. I kind of thought the Jets might win, but that was not the case.
Cam Newton had a good game.
Yes, he did.
Put up 300 yards.
But I think his time in New England is going to come to an end.
Really? I don't know, because Bill Belichick, he was kind of somebody at an interviewer asked him about him. He said it's not Cam's fault. So I don't know. I'm optimistic about that one.
The thing I'll say is that there's a lot of free agents this year, free agent quarterbacks. Yeah, it's crazy. True. And they have a top 10 pick, and there's going to be 5 quarterbacks, I think, that are picked within the top 12. So I think they'll have a shot to get one of these, top ranked quarterbacks coming out. So that'll be interesting. Really interesting.
So, question is Cam? Do you think Cam's done, or where do you think he'll end up?
No, I don't think he's done. But his days of starting might be done. Might. It depends. Ooh. Depends on where he goes.
Okay.
I don't know. It's going to be so interesting. So we'll keep up to date on that one as it goes along. All right, we'll move on to a game that was heartbreaking. The Dolphins on the road against the Bills. The Bills annihilated them, 56-26.
Oh,
the Bills could do no wrong. Dolphins could not keep up with them whatsoever. They couldn't stop Josh Allen. What did you think?
They needed some Fitz magic.
And he was inactive due to COVID, so they didn't get that. But Dolphins are not in the playoffs.
I sure hope he signs another year with them. He was on his final year.
If he retires, that would be. I don't think he will. But
I don't think he had too much of a great year to retire. There's no way.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on to the next game. A game that was very important. The Steelers on the road against the Browns. The Browns won barely, but they did win.
Yeah, Stephen.
And they made the playoffs for the first time since 2002. And, the Browns, they're all excited, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it later, but they have some problems.
They're fans. I mean, not even this. Now, when the Steelers are going to just cream them, they're going to have an excuse saying, "Oh, we didn't have anybody." Well, who cares? Tell your coaches to freaking stay quarantined.
Exactly.
It's not hard. Just keep to yourself, and they can say, "Oh, well, you can't." Yeah, you can. You can have everything you want delivered to your home. I mean, you can't tell me that their wives or whatever need to work. They don't need to work.
Yeah,
you're a millionaire.
They should all be quarantined, family and everything.
I mean, I'm not saying that it would suck, but I mean, it's part of the. I mean, if you want to win,
and you're making all that money, yeah.
I mean, just it's this just makes almost said it. That just makes me mad because the Browns fan, the Steelers might win, and then well, we didn't have this, we didn't have that. I mean, come on.
Yeah, always an excuse when they lose, but
I mean, yeah, you lose to beat Mason Rudolph by 2, who also had a great game. Made one bad mistake, which kind of ended up costing the game, but down 15 points in the fourth quarter, and basically came back in a way. But is what it is. I'm excited.
Yep, we're gonna have a rematch in the playoffs. Steelers are going to be at home this time against the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Should be a great one. But the Browns, we'll talk about it later. They're missing some people, and I'm not that impressed with this Browns win. The Steelers were without 3 of their best players, and and especially being the quarterback, a veteran quarterback who didn't play, that's a big deal.
One of your best linemen, one of your better quarterbacks, putting all your major offensive weapons limited on plays.
Yeah.
TJ, no Cam Hayward.
Yeah,
no freaking Joe Hayden. I mean, come on.
Yeah. But anyways, Browns got it, and they found their way in the playoffs. So we'll see where that leads to. Next game we have, this was a heartbreaker for me. Cowboys on the road against the Giants. Cowboys barely lost. Some controversial stuff.
He should have threw it away.
Andy Dalton was awful. That's about as bad as I've seen him play. It was horrible.
I will say this though, they did pick it up. The first half was but they did pick it up the second half.
They only allowed 3 points in the second half, which is good.
That pick was just so costly.
Yeah, and let me go on a rant real quick.
Yeah.
No, I won't even talk about the fumble because that's I don't know. That's however you want to see it. I'm trying to stay calm. I'm really trying to stay calm. But before Andy Dalton threw that pick, CeeDee Lamb dropped a wide open slant. I don't think he would have scored, but he would have got really close. Frustrating. So
right in the hands. I never saw it.
Right in the hands. Yep. Right in his lap. Easy throw. Right in his hand. He looked downfield before he caught the ball. So it was one of those, which is very frustrating. And then obviously on the Giants' last drive, Wayne Gallman fumbled. It appeared Dallas came up with the ball, but the refs called it on the field that Wayne Gallman had recovered. Very controversial. As a Cowboys fan, you obviously know what I think.
With his butt cheeks.
Yeah, his butt cheeks recovered the fumble. But even so, there's no guarantee Dallas would have scored a touchdown after that. They only had 40 seconds. Andy Dalton's not Mahomes, so no guarantee that they end up scoring. But it would have been interesting to see, obviously. But that game ended up not mattering. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Next, we had the Ravens play the Bengals, and the Ravens could do no wrong. Lamar was out of the game by the 4th. It was 38-3. Easy dub. The Ravens are on a hot stretch, rolling into the playoffs. What do you think?
Yeah, they're one of the hotter teams. But like I said, I don't know if I said this on the podcast or with you. It's funny how they're playing the same teams the Steelers played at the beginning of the year, but the Steelers were playing easy teams, but now the Ravens are on fire. Come on. If we're going to say the Steelers are playing easy teams, let's say the same thing about the Ravens. I don't even care if the games are close or not. Come on. But whatever. They are playing good football. I can't deny that. But
especially Lamar, I think.
I hope it up. I'm excited for that Titans-Ravens game because it's going to be a ladder running, and I really hope the Titans put it to them.
It's a rematch of the game last year when the Titans, they did put it to them. Derrick Henry ran all over them. Titans got the job done in fashion.
And the Titans won this year in overtime.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Titans kind of own them.
The Titans are their daddy.
Yeah, that in my opinion, that's one of the best first-round playoff matches. It's one of them. Not the best. I can't really pick a favorite. But that'll be a really good one. The next one, we had the Jaguars on the road against the Colts. I don't think anyone would have picked the Jaguars to win, so not a shocker the Colts won.
Mm-hmm. Colts almost lost it, though. It was close.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor had 253 rush yards. Crazy.
Jesus.
But, the Colts got it done. They are in the playoffs.
Playoffs?
Yeah, playoffs. All right. Next, we have the Titans, who barely beat the Texans on the road, but Derrick Henry got it done. Hit his 2,000-yard mark.
Yeah,
Crazy.
almost had a double doinker.
Oh yeah. Oh, wouldn't that have been funny?
Yeah.
And that might have kept him out of the playoffs. I don't know all the tiebreakers, but
Yeah, I don't know how that would have worked either. I don't really know how that would have. Yeah, close though.
yeah,
Very
I don't
close.
know. Yeah, so
Man,
I'm not even going to go into that.
Deshaun Watson. No, he carries. You can't ask him to do everything. I mean,
Yeah, and
I don't know if you saw what JJ Watt said after the game. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, God, you just feel bad.
I know. That's what I was going to say. JJ Watt and Deshaun Watson, I think there's probably other guys, but they're the ones who lead the team, and no, they don't have a lot of help. It's just they lose a lot of close games. It's tough. I feel bad
JJ
for both of
Watt,
them.
a potential landing spot in Pittsburgh, huh? All three
Oh my
brothers.
God!
All
Can you
three?
Imagine?
I don't know how many years he has in his contract. I don't know how that.
I don't know.
He totally would, though. You know it.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a little unfair, don't you think?
Steelers don't have any cap room though right now. They have so
Yeah.
many guys under contract.
Yeah. Well, restructure a few deals and maybe who knows?
Hopefully Ben will do that, like what Drew Brees did, because
Yeah.
Ben technically is going to take $42 million, and I doubt he's going to do that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. All right, we'll move on. Very important game here. Cardinals on the road against the Rams. The Cardinals just had no juice, and we've seen that a few times this year. They just could not get rolling. They only put up 7 points. The Rams did play very good defense. Got to give them credit.
Wilford, or what his name is?
Yeah,
what was his name?
Wolford. I think his name is. It was his first start in the NFL for the Rams. He wasn't the worst player in the world.
AAF, baby.
He got the job done, got the win. Now they are in the playoffs. Congratulations.
I mean, at one point it was AAF for CFL.
Yeah, because Kyler Murray got hurt.
Kyler Murray got hurt he couldn't even walk on his leg, and then he came back in, and
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And too bad, Larry Fitzgerald. We'll talk about him later. He didn't get a play in that game, but is it his last game? Like I said, we'll talk about it in a little bit. Next one. Oh, this was rough to watch, and I watched the whole thing. Saints went on the road against the Panthers, and they just dominated them, 33-7. The Panthers, I think I said it last time. I think I said they could be a good team in the future.
Yeah.
But they need the right quarterback. Bridgewater, I'm sorry. I think his time in the NFL is coming to an end. He played very poorly.
He started off real hot, and then he just kind of...
Yeah, I think they scored their touchdown on their second drive, and then after that, it was downhill. And then they put in P.J. Walker, the XFL MVP, towards the end of the game. And he wasn't very good, but Saints are the number 2 seed. And it was a pretty easy game for them. Anything else to add there?
Ty Montgomery, Sean, he still's got it. He got 100 yards.
Yeah, I saw that. It's crazy. Yeah, because Kamara was out. Latavius Murray was out.
Yeah.
So
because COVID.
It'll get you. All right.
We'll if that was the Browns and they would allow you, just
a million excuses. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next game we had, and it was actually all right, let me just talk about it. Packers went on the road against the Bears. The Bears, we thought they needed to win to get into the playoffs. They are still in the playoffs because
well, no, we knew if the Cardinals lost that they'd be.
Well, yeah, if the Cardinals lost. But we didn't think the Cardinals would. Well, at least I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't think so either because, the new quarterback. But
so this locks the Packers up with the 1 seed and the bye week next week, which is pretty important.
And can I just say this? Bears fans, I swear, are delusional. I mean,
why is that?
You get just railed by. It was a close game, but come on.
Not really.
They were having to fight back every freaking drive.
Yeah.
And the Bears fan, we're gonna get the Saints this week. We're gonna get them. Come on. Let's be realistic here.
Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe freaking Trubisky can pull one off. I don't know. Or maybe put in Fultz. He's got a good playoff record.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. All right, we'll move on. Look at this game. The Chargers went into Kansas City, destroyed them, 38-21. Suck it, Mahomes. Oh wait, he wasn't playing. Kind of hard to win when you don't have Mahomes.
Yeah. Now I'm interested. Do you think this is gonna hurt him?
This loss? No. I don't
No,
think
no,
so.
no, no.
Oh, like
Not resting because some like Tom
yeah.
Brady, he never would do that. Like setting a guy at 2 weeks.
Oh yeah. Because yeah, the Chiefs have the first round bye. I don't think
And
it'll affect Mahomes too much.
yeah, I mean, but like if the Colts go on and win, they're gonna have a whole lot of momentum
Yeah, that is
and
true.
going against a team. You know what I'm saying? So who knows?
So
So
the
that'd be
Chiefs,
awesome.
wait, last year in the playoffs, the Chiefs had a bye week, right?
Yep.
And
No. No.
yeah,
Yes.
they didn't.
Yes.
Yeah, they
Yes. Yes.
did.
No, they did. They did. And then they
And they
played the
played
Texans
the Texans,
and
and they were down
almost
21-0.
yeah,
Slow
and
start.
should have lost. Should have freaking lost.
So maybe you're onto something there. Maybe, yeah, I can
I
definitely
mean,
see
you
that.
see, you see it a lot. In a team who has a
Yeah,
lot of momentum coming in, comes and punches them in the mouth because they just. I mean, when 2 weeks without football, there's a whole. I mean, you know how. I mean, it's weird. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Sometimes it can take you a half to really get into the flow of the game, especially like you said, if the Colts come in rolling. Oh, I would not want to be the Chiefs, honestly.
Or even it could even be the Ravens.
Yeah.
Depending on how it all works, it's the lowest seed, so it depends on how it all works.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, yeah, Ravens are Titans. I don't trust them, but
With that
yeah.
awful defense.
All I'm saying is, you better hope that the Ravens, or I mean, I don't know. It's just weird how that all works, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I who knows? We'll talk about playoffs later, but
Mm-hmm. All right. Next one. Seattle beat the 49ers 26-23 on the road. But I am liking what I'm seeing out of the 49ers as of lately. They battled the whole game. Beathard and Kittle, I talked about them last time. I thought they were pretty
Beathard,
good.
he played.
Yeah, Beathard played. Kittle had a nice one-handed catch. I don't know if you saw that. That was
No, I didn't really follow
spectacular.
that.
But yeah, Seahawks are in the playoffs. They're the 3 seed.
Beathard can play. Like, I mean, we've
Yeah.
talked about this. He can.
Mhm.
I mean, I think they would do maybe not just fine, maybe a little worse. I mean, but I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo is. I mean, not. I mean, he's not. I mean, he's good, but I mean, CJ Beathard's not so much worse than him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like,
Yeah.
we got CJ Beathard playing. We're screwed. You know, like
Yeah. So
now when
here's
you got freaking Mullen back there, that's the different story.
yeah. So here's what I say. Beathard's rookie year, he went 7-9, and that was I think 3 years ago. The 49ers did not have the defensive talent or the offensive talent that they do now. And that was his rookie year. I would like to see if Beathard had a full year to start, how good they can be. I think they could be a 9-win team. Maybe I'm
I mean, he's
overreacting,
good.
but I think
No,
he's
yeah,
solid.
he's solid.
Yeah.
I think he's proved that he can be a starter.
And I've watched him ever since he was at Iowa. He's a scrapper. He gets knocked around, but he stays in the game, and he makes some good decisions. He's a really scrappy type of player. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see their quarterback situation going into next year, which we'll probably talk about in the offseason, but we'll move on here. I didn't watch this game, but judging by the score, I'm going to say it was a good game. The Raiders played the Broncos 32-21. The Raiders won. Did you have anything to say about that?
No, I had no playoff. No, I did not.
Yeah.
I know Josh, or not Josh Allen. Freaking, okay, what's his name? No, I can't think of it.
Josh Jacobs?
No, the freaking quarterback for the Broncos.
Oh, Drew Lock.
Drew Lock. God, what was I thinking? He had a good game.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I didn't really follow it. Yeah.
And speaking of Josh Jacobs, I saw 2 days ago he got arrested on a DUI charge. So he might be potentially suspended the first 2 games of next year. So if you are thinking about drafting him in fantasy, just watch the news, see what happens. Don't take him before you know anything. I don't know. We'll move on. All right. We had the final game of the week. A lot of upset people in New York over this game. Washington on the road against the Eagles.
Some
Washington
controversy.
Some controversy for sure. The Giants needed the Eagles to win for the Giants to get into the playoffs. Obviously, the Eagles didn't get the job done. But
I think we can.
drama,
I think we can all agree, whether the players knew, players didn't know, him putting in Sudfield was
horrible,
horrible,
awful,
horrible.
and
It,
some
I
drama
mean,
in Philadelphia since then.
yeah. I mean, the thing is, you can't be like, oh, well, he didn't. He did say. I mean, you can't say. I mean, he did tell everybody he was going to put him in, and then the reporters asked him, well, what if it's a close game? He said he didn't. They kind of said he didn't really
He
respond to
didn't.
it.
Yeah, he didn't really know.
So you can't really get, but like at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I can get it, but at the same time, if they're gonna do that, they should. I don't know. I'm on 50-50. I know how you feel about it because we talked about it, but like, I think it was. I don't think he should have done it. But
Yeah.
like it's just who knows.
Here's the thing. I don't really have a problem with him doing it as long as the players are okay with it. Not just like telling the players. They got to be okay, on board with it. The players were not on board with it. Miles Sanders called out Peterson, and I heard after the game, it was reported by Eagles reporters that several players had to be restrained, quote, restrained from going up to their coach and, I don't know, punching him in the face. I think a lot of guys were just very unhappy with how that whole thing turned out. And that's going to spill into next season, I really do think, because Peterson's job was on the line going into the game. So it's possible that the GM or the owner, they're the ones who kind of said, hey, put in, like they didn't tell him during the game, but hey, like get Sudfield some time near the end because they knew that wouldn't, they'd get a better draft pick by losing. Now, yeah, like I said, the players are just, it's going to be really dicey to see what happens. So if you're an Eagles fan,
and then also
ugh,
you're trying to win Jalen Hurts, respect, and how do you earn his respect by doing that?
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You're trying to build that relationship after you just ruined another relationship with the other quarterback.
It's kind of a slap in the face to Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
Here he's playing a good defense, primetime game, last game of the season.
We're winning. They were winning at one point. They were winning the game.
And you're gonna pull him. Yeah, I don't think that's a good move, but I don't know. There's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't mind them. Like if they were purposely trying to lose, I don't mind that. Like I really don't. It's been done before. But I just think the whole locker room situation with the players being unhappy, that's just not going to sit well.
Yeah.
But, Washington, they get into the playoffs. Great story for Alex Smith. And I doubted him. Before the season, I said I don't think he'll ever be the permanent starter.
Yeah, because he was the third string. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But one thing after another, here he is. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Alrighty, so that wraps up the week. It's weird we didn't have any Thursday games, we didn't have any Saturday games, no Monday games. I don't really like that. I don't like all the games on one day. I like to space it out a little bit, but
yeah, it's kind of weird to me too.
Yeah, so whatever. All right, briefly we'll talk about who's in the playoffs and who they play. We're going to save a lot of this for Thursday, but we briefly want to just mention the matchups real quick. So we have the Colts on the road against the Bills next week. We have the Rams on the road against the Seahawks. We have the Bucks on the road against Washington. Should be a good one there. Ravens against the Titans. We talked about that. Bears on the road against the Saints. They got a tough matchup there. Browns at Pittsburgh. Another tough game there. And then we have the Kansas City Chiefs have the bye, and the Green Bay Packers have the bye. I'm excited, really excited. We're going to talk way more about that on Thursday.
We'll give you our predictions and everything.
Oh, yeah. It's playoff time, guys. This is what we've all been waiting for all season. This is great. Great time. All right. Next, we'll move into a couple pieces of news real quick. The Browns. We're going to see how this plays out over the next few days, and we'll talk about it on Thursday. They're without their head coach and, 3 other coaches and 6 players, you said?
I just looked at it. It was head coach, O-line, and O-line assistant coach who were out last week, wide receiver coach, and I think a DB coach.
Yeah.
I think. And then 6 other players.
Jeez. So it'll be really interesting to see if any more positive cases of COVID arise between now and the game. They can't afford to lose
Why?
anyone else.
Yeah, why? I swear, if they move this game, I want to freak out.
No, they
What? This
shouldn't.
always happens. This always happens to the Steelers. I mean, the Titans and now the Ravens. I swear, it
No.
is so annoying. Like if they move this playoff game as bullcrap, they should be following protocols. I don't even care.
The only game from this point on out that should be is COVID. You can make a case for the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Because who wants to watch a bunch of backups?
but there's no. I
But
don't
at the
think they
same
would.
time, it's like it's not our fault you guys got COVID.
Yeah,
So, that's a big argument there. I don't really know how I feel about it. I feel like if Patrick Mahomes was in the Super Bowl and he was out due to COVID, I feel like they might move it back.
yeah. Who
I don't
knows?
know. It's such a weird year. I said it before the year. I said once they hit the playoffs, they should do what the NBA does: start a bubble, pick one city to play in. Everyone stays in hotels. Everyone stays away from people. We can't be doing this deal where this team's going to be without how many players for this game. It's just it drives me insane because it's a problem that has been proven to work. The bubble in the NBA was so effective last year. They didn't have any cases in the bubble. No cases. You get your best players for every game. I don't understand. Yeah. They have the money to do it. I don't know what I don't think the owners really care, if we're being honest. I don't think they really care.
Yeah.
And then they won't care if their quarterback's out.
The argument you could make, though, with basketball, less guys, football, way more guys, more money. But like I said, they have the money. So
it's the NFL. Like, they can do it.
Yeah.
They have the money. They have the power. They have – and I know healthcare workers should get the vaccine first, but you see like rich people getting the vaccine already. Like the
That's
owners, like I said, healthcare workers and people at risk obviously should get it first. No question there. But these guys have the money to buy vaccines for all their players. I think it might make the league look bad, saying, oh, you're going to take these vaccines just so you can play a game. But, I mean, it's just going to create some issues. And it already has, as we've seen with the Broncos having to start a wide receiver, a quarterback, having to move games here and there. It's just annoying. It really makes me mad thinking about it. But hopefully, I'm just hoping that we see, guys are more responsible in the playoffs. They're not going out as much. And hopefully less cases. I don't know. That was my rant.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Now that we've covered that, we're going to finish up. We're going to talk about a few retirement scenarios. There's a bunch of players I want to talk about. And I don't think any retirements are for sure or not. I think there's a few that are leaning one way or the other. But we'll talk about it. First up, we have 37-year-old running back Frank Gore. He's closing in. He just hit 16,000 rushing yards. He's third in the league in rushing of all time. Do you think he comes back? And if so, for what team?
Okay, I do think he is going to come back just because he's shown that he can still, he's a good kind of. I think he'll kind of have an Adrian Peterson role, kind of third and short, short range. He proved he can do it. I mean, he had 600 yards, I believe, something like that.
He did.
I do. As far as where he could go, he wants a ring, but he's the type of guy that he's going to go anywhere that offers him.
Yep.
Maybe the Jets again. Maybe Patriots. Maybe. Honestly, this is what I think might happen. Possibly the Steelers. He's not taking much money.
Yep.
He's a cheap running back, a guy that you can bring in on third down or whatever. Because James Conner's on his contract, I believe, or maybe. Who knows? Maybe. But I don't think he's done yet. I don't think he's done. I hope he's not. I like watching him.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's done. It is important, maybe not important, but it's cool to think about. His son plays for Southern Miss, and he's a running back himself, and he's pretty good. I think he's a sophomore. What if, Gore's got to hold on for, I think, two or three more years? I think maybe just two.
Yeah. And then he could play at the same time as his son. That'd be crazy.
that'd be very cool to see. I don't think in any sporting league. I might be wrong because I don't watch soccer or all
The
that
only
other.
time the only time I've heard about it is in college, but never professional. I don't think.
Yeah, it would be awesome, and we might even see that in the NBA with LeBron and his son. But that
Oh, well, I think for sure we'll see that.
I just think that'd be so cool to see a father son play, and they have to play for the
Especially
same team.
running backs.
They have to play
Oh
for the
my
same
god,
team, or it's not
that'd
that
be
cool.
crazy. That would be
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, that'd be really cool. But yeah, I think he's coming back. I honestly think he's going to stay with the Jets. That's just my opinion, but we'll see what coach comes there. Because Adam Gase just got fired. We should talk about the coaches who got fired real quick. Like I said, Adam Gase. I think a lot of people knew his time in New York might be over.
That's kind of surprising one, Anthony Lynn.
Yeah, I kind of thought about it,
yeah,
but
just because he's kind of lost a lot of close games. He doesn't.
yeah,
He's shown time and time again he can't really finish a game. So
and with a young, talented quarterback, you want to get a guy in there who I think they want to start fresh, build
yeah,
something.
whatever coach gets there, though, what a roster.
I heard they were thinking about Jason Garrett. I don't know
Oh
if
yeah,
it's
they asked for they asked for an interview. I saw that.
the thing about Jason Garrett. He's good at developing quarterbacks. There's no doubt about that. He developed Romo. Well, Romo was already kind of developed, and he developed Dak. You got to give him credit for that, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can say all you want about him. He can develop coaches. I think he's a good coach to have. I don't think he's the best X's and O's type of guy. As you can see, as he's been the Giants play caller this year, I don't think he's kind of an old school guy. He doesn't very consistent in what he does, but not too flashy. But that would be interesting to see Garrett going to the Chargers. I don't know.
Yeah, and then the Jaguars that opened up, right or no?
Did it?
It did or didn't?
I'm not exactly sure. I think it might have.
I feel like it did. I can't. I don't know if it did. I was just
Yeah,
watching
they
some.
did. Yeah, Doug
Yeah,
Marrone is gone, and it looks like
those are the
Urban
only ones.
Meyer
Oh, then
is potential
yeah,
Urban Meyer going there. I don't know. I think Urban Meyer is going to coach somewhere next year, whether it be college or NFL. He's going somewhere. I think his time in retirement is done for. I think he's coming back to coach. That's my prediction.
yeah, I think so too. And then the other two openings are the Texans and Lions, right? And that's about it.
Yep. And I think we'll see a lot more.
I agree.
I Doug Peterson, like I said, I think he might be gone. Maybe.
I feel like the only reason why he wouldn't be is because he won that Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't know.
But
Super Bowl doesn't always guarantee you not getting fired.
no, yeah, 100%.
I don't know. We'll see. And so we'll continue with retirements. We kind of got sidetracked there, but Drew Brees.
Yes,
it's his last year. I think most people agree on this. Adam Schefter reported that people close to him think it's his last year as well.
Yeah.
I just, there's so many old quarterbacks in the playoffs right now. It's hard to pick one to cheer for because they're going to end up playing each other,
Yeah. And then Alex Smith says he's not sure he's going to come back.
Smith, Tom Brady, Phillip Rivers. We have all these. So we'll start on Alex Smith first. Do you think he's proved that he's done everything he needed to do, or do you think there's still more?
This year? Yeah, I think it's a crazy story. I don't think anybody thought that. But he says he's not sure he's going to come back. So who knows? I mean, I don't think. I think even if they lose this week, I think he can. I mean, he's going to finish the year. I mean, if you count if they lose, but before entering the game, he was 5-1, and then he obviously 6-1. So he's either going to go 6-2 or 7-1 if they win, and that's pretty crazy. You would never thought.
Yeah, my dad said today. He said Alex Smith is literally on his last leg, and
yeah, literally.
Yeah, I think that I don't think anybody would blame him for retiring. He came back and proved that he can still play. He overcame an absolutely horrible injury. People thought he might die even. And here he's back, not even that long. What was it, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And he's back, and he's the best quarterback they have. So So yeah, he's kind of carrying them.
No,
Their
also
offense at this point.
while we were talking about Cam Newton, and say Alex Smith does retire, they don't have any quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Does Cam Newton reunite with Ron Rivera?
I would love to see it. I really would.
I don't know what made me think about that, but that could be a potential landing spot too if Alex Smith does end up retiring.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Because we talked about Cam Newton if his time in New England's over, and I think it might be. It depends on what they do in the draft and free agency, but that would be a very interesting landing spot because I don't.
And I think I just said Redskins football team.
I almost just said them too. I was about to say the Redskins. The Washington football team. I don't think that they're gonna have the pick to get one of those quarterbacks in the draft. So, yeah, I think they'll look at a free agent.
Yeah,
Newton might be it.
And then I got two more kind of retirement that I'm sure there's a lot we can talk about, but two more big ones.
All right.
One that kind of hits home to you.
Okay.
Jason Witten. Witten.
No, I don't. I don't think so. I think Witten's literally going to play until he can't because, and I could be wrong. Obviously, he could retire tomorrow and make me look like an idiot. But, I think he knows. He's known for a while. He's not what he used to be. And he's okay with that. As long as someone's, happy to have him, he's going to go in there.
So you think he's to the point where, like, if he'll go until nobody, like, kind of what Adam
he'll go until he isn't wanted anymore.
No yeah, or until no more offers.
Because I agree. And I think, I always thought he could be a coach after football, but when he got into announcing, I was a little shaky going about it because I know what type of guy Jason Witten is. He's very serious. I think he would make a better coach than an announcer. That's just my opinion. So it'll be interesting to see what he does after he retires.
Yeah. All right. Then the other one I have is I guess there's two more.
All right.
All right. I'll say this one. Larry Fitzgerald. We know say he's on the fence.
I'm gonna say he comes back.
He said
the other day I think he's done, but I'm flipping.
I do think he's going to come back too, just because he's got to be sitting there thinking, "Wow, we have so much talent." Like, because he doesn't want to be that guy.
That guy.
I think it happened. Did it happen to Steve Smith Sr.?
Yep.
Yeah, that he retired, and the next year they won a Super Bowl, right?
I think so. Or no, they went to the Super Bowl. Oh wait,
no, they won. Yeah, they won. No, he played. No, that couldn't be him.
In Carolina? Are you talking about his?
No, I don't know. Never mind. I'm being dumb. But anyways, I mean, you just imagine that he retires, and you don't have to have him thinking that. Yeah. I feel like if they would have had a horrible year, he'd be like, okay,
I'm done. Yeah,
I had my year.
That's kind of why I thought he would retire. The year.
Yeah, last year, the year with Josh Rosen or whatever.
Yeah, the year with Rosen when they had the number 1 pick and they ended up getting Murray. I thought he was going to retire after that season because it's new quarterback.
I feel like for him also, you want to play your last game with a whole fan. You know what I'm saying? Like just a whole stadium full of fans who you've. Yeah. He's earned that, and I hope and I pray he comes back because he's earned it, and he can still play in the slot. He has more tackles than drops or something like that.
Yeah,
and he's a Hall of Famer.
The Cardinals, we all know, will be more than happy to have him back. So I don't think that's an issue.
And he's also said time and time again, if they aren't, which I don't see why they wouldn't. But if they don't sign him, he'd retire because he said he'd only play for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
So I hope and pray he does because he's just one of those guys that he's been such a huge part of the game. But now the last one I have for you. I think there's no really more big ones. You know. I'm trying to think. Yeah, we covered all the main ones. And we know Big Ben. Everybody's coming back here. He said, yeah. My last one is Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, he's coming back. I don't think it'll be with the Lions.
You don't think it'll be with the Lions?
No, I don't think so. Honestly, it's hard for running backs especially, it's hard to pick a landing spot for them. Because a guy like Adrian Peterson could end up going to a team that already has an elite running back. Heck, he could go back to Minnesota and he would still have a small role. Like, he's not going to go start anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's not. Same with Frank Gore, yeah.
Yeah,
I'd love
7.4.
to see him. I'd love to. Maybe Patriots. Maybe who
Yeah,
knows?
the Patriots love signing old running backs who are on their last leg. So
Maybe the Steelers. Maybe the Seahawks. I don't know. I don't think he's done.
yeah,
He had over 600 yards again. He had more touchdowns. He finished, I believe, with 7 or 6
six,
touchdowns. One
yeah,
of the
something
two.
like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, yeah. Something like that. But he wasn't even the starter, and he put up just as much rushing yards as James Conner.
Yeah. And I
So,
was watching him last week, and it was like the only play I watched in that Lions game. He ripped off like a 38-yard run on his first carry. Really nice run. I think he still got it.
oh yeah, he's still good. And he said time and time again that he wants to play. He wants to be the record, but I don't see that happening. There's no way. He's at 14,000 yards. He needs what's the record? What's Emmitt Smith? What is it?
I'm looking at it right now. Where did you say that? 18,355.
So he'd have to play
More
if
years and have 1,000 yards.
yeah, to have 1,000 yards, he had to play 4 more years. But he'd have to be a starter. He's not going to be a starter.
Yep.
He's averaging. He's probably going to average maybe 500 yards a year from here on out.
And
600 yards.
the thing that's disappointing for me is that with Washington, in his last season he put up almost 1,000 yards with them, and then
Yeah,
they cut him.
almost all the year. Literally, almost every year he was there for. Well, he was on his third year, but the 2 years he was there, he put up.
1,000
First year
almost.
he put up 1,023 or something like that.
Yeah, and then second I
year
think he had 900.
Yeah, 9 or 800 something.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you do that? I mean, it just makes no sense.
Yeah, but the Redskins have found their running backs, but
Hey, football team, come on.
God, I keep doing that. Sorry, it's gonna take a while. But
Yeah, no, I do
anyways,
love them too.
one last one I wanted to mention before we wrap this up. Philip Rivers, I think we can both agree.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be done after this year. He even said this
Yeah.
might be one of my last games. He said that I think a week ago. So yeah, I don't see him coming back. He's got 11 kids to take care of, and yeah, I don't think he's coming back. So, and I'll talk about it in a different show, but I'm real quick gonna say I think Carson Wentz to the Colts could make a lot of sense. I'm not even gonna say anymore. Just let that sit. Think about it. And one last guy I want to get to. I know I said that before, but Brady, I think we can both agree he's gonna come back. He's got one more year in his deal, playing at a high level. Brady's gonna play until he can.
If he's having another great year, I mean, I think he'll stay with the Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers will just keep re-signing him.
What if he wins the Super Bowl this year?
Oh no, yeah, he's still playing. No way, no way. He's 100%. I mean, oh yeah, no way. He wins the Super Bowl, he's coming back. He's said time and time again he's playing until he's 45. And honestly, if he's still playing it like he's playing right now,
he could play more longer.
With the Peyton Manning situation. Everybody knew he was going to retire because he was playing like horse crap.
Yeah, it was a physical thing.
He was, yeah. You could just tell he looks old. Tom Brady doesn't look old. Like
no, he really doesn't.
So weapons or not, I don't give a crap. He's playing so freaking good. Like freaking Brett Favre. He was 43. So, go back to that Saints game. They should have won the Super Bowl. It still makes me mad. Like he looked old, and you're like, okay, this is time. Philip Rivers looks old.
Yep.
Drew Brees looks old at times. Big Ben.
Frank Gore, old.
All these guys. They just look old, but Tom Brady doesn't look old. So no.
He looks like he's 30.
I do not think if he wins the Super Bowl he'll be done. I think he'll be done when he tells Tampa Bay, hey, I think he'll be there. But I think they're going to say after this year, I think they're just going to keep signing 1 year deals, maybe get drafted quarterbacks sit behind him.
Yep.
And then I think he's just going to go on. Maybe I don't know. He's definitely going to be the choice 45. No doubt in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think he'll go and he'll be there until he's like, all right, this is my last year. Depending on how it goes, this is it. But he's going to be in the league till he's 45, whether he's with the Tampa Bay Bucks or freaking Jets. He'll be in the league.
I don't think he wants to play for the Jets right now, but yeah, he finished third in passing yards. Like we said, he had 43 total touchdowns. Crazy.
He's really proven that he is not a system quarterback.
Yeah, and Bill Belichick, I saw he has a losing record without Brady as a head coach.
That's crazy.
You know that. It really is. And people say, oh, when he coached in Cleveland, he had bad teams. Fair enough, but it is
if
notable.
if you can't coach with bad teams, if you can only coach with good teams, you're not a coach.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta elevate your players, even if they're not the most talented. All right. I think anything else? I think that might
Yeah,
do it.
might have
Um,
went a little bit over our time for him. It feels
yeah,
like it
we're
went a while.
we're only gonna go about 20 minutes, but I think we went about 30 or 35. I don't know. I haven't been keeping track.
All right. Well, we'll get out of your guys' hair. We'll get out of your
We'll
hair.
get out of your hair. Thank you for listening. We'll see you on Thursday. See you guys next time. Thank you.